Alrighty, and it looks like we are live. Hi guys, Alpha Wolf here, bringing you some Call of Cthulhu. Let's see, how bright do we want this? And I can already tell it's fucking loud as hell, so give me a second. Maybe make it loud enough to where I can hear it. Alright, let me... Da-da-da. Alright, I hope it's not overpowering me, but you guys can still hear it. If anyone joins chat later, let me know. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns in his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Enter madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who is his callous can remain sane to the hideous end. Alright. Let's see here. I missed something? I can't even tell what I'm looking at right there. Like, is that anything? Okay, I guess that was a thing before. Alright, I don't understand. Give me a second, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry, my headphones have been really fucking weird lately. Wait, did I also reset the sound? Alright. Let's try that.
What a putrid offering.
What is that? What is that?
Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I have business here to attend to. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Sorry, my headphones have been giving me a lot of issues lately. I apologize, guys.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Dr. can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Confident in your abilities and your Catersian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Pierce is a veteran of the First World War. He took part of the Misuse Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the last battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades. Without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost as their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Don't have any information yet. Okay. Pierce Investigations Agency. My private detective agency contracted Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, experiences that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. That's battalion. 10, 7, 18. Have a drink. Fuck you.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Alright, so... Alright,
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin. Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Why is it not letting me?
Her husband
That's
was
weird.
a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Kind of tempted
I'm
to
willing
figure
to
out
do
what would
anything
happen
for my daughter
if
to recover
I
her
said
honor.
you have the wrong
Quiet
guy.
down.
I
I'm
wonder
on
if it
your
won't
side.
progress the story,
Let's
or
something.
if he would just say some
An
like
artist
rude
dies
fucking
with her
quip.
family in a house. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death,
Correct. And the rumors about her
It's
supposed
a
father.
warning.
which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case.
Wait
I'll
a
go to Darkwater.
second.
I'll look into the death.
Let me look at the painting.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
Let me
I
look
didn't
at it.
expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Why? Okay, camera. You're weird.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Probably. I wish he was watching my stream. Oh my god, I really wish he was watching my stream right now. Alright, so, the Demon Gaming had streamed this game earlier today. He got to a part in the story, I want to say it was right before Chapter 4 started. I think he had just started Chapter 4 when he stopped streaming this. But there was a little bit where you see claw marks in a building that shouldn't really be there. And I have a feeling this guy, or this thing, whatever the fuck he is, caused it, because one of these ruins, or I think two ruins actually, if you look to her, you kind of see the outline of something where her arm and what she's holding, I guess I'm assuming a weapon. Well, anyway, those two images look very familiar later on in the story when you finally get to Darkwater and start investigating and shit like that. Ah, I think I just clued it all together. Fuck me. Anyway, I'm gonna overlook everything now. King. Everything sounds okay though, right? Like the game volume isn't really overpowering me and stuff like that. Because I've noticed with his with Tristan's stream, it was really loud and. Still can't read those.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Alright, so now I can look at this
Darkwater is
book.
off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned
Darkwater
since
Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But won't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or dream god? It is the squid god!
All I have to do is go to the port.
Alright.
I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Just tell me if it's too fucking loud. You really don't have to go to his stream and figure it out. That's all I was saying. Pierce took to Hawking this case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater, placing to be starting point for Pierce's investigation. Alright, cool. Because it's really loud in my fucking headset. I wish I had proper alcohols to drink for this stream. Although it seems whiskey is the recurring theme of the game, so I may tap into some Jack Daniels here pretty soon. Focus Home Interactive presents Cyanide Studios.
Almost there.
Haha! Focus Home Interactive! I fucking knew it! Alright, so, yeah, alright, so... Sorry, I had to Google something. It was really fucking bothering me. Alright, so,
There's guys coming to unload.
Alright, so the reason why I had to look up Focus Home,
Welcome
the
to
same people that made
Darkwater
this game,
Island,
was
Mr.
because
Pierce.
this guy
Why,
who
thank you,
plays
Captain
Edward
Spencer.
Pierce reminds me so much
So,
of the
what
main
wind
character
brought you?
in Vampire, a game that came
Does
out
the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
a year or so ago
A
now.
sad story that we would
It's
all prefer to
fairly
forget.
newish, not
Charles
that old.
Hawkins may have been a landlubber,
Um,
but he was a good man.
but if anybody has seen any sort of
And
videos
his
for
wife,
that game,
Sarah Hawkins.
will know that this some
Nice
sort of
young woman.
inspiration from
And
that
a
game tied
great
over with
painter
this
it
character,
was.
because he sounds and looks like
You know
the
what?
main character in
Go have a drink at the
Vampire.
Stranded Whale. What you need is a good
If you don't believe me,
Mitchell
look the
may not
fucking
be
game
very
up on
welcoming, but his
YouTube.
bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alright, so let's see here. Since I am one to look around shit in a game, I'm gonna take my time. Just looking at everything. Can we talk to you? No? Okay. Wait, are these whale bones? I think these are whale ribs. Okay. Alright, let's see. Guess we'll start over here.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
Look at the
But it's only a
crabs.
fish. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Says get sit over nothing. You're totally out of your depth. Ask. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're...
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real
No,
bad.
I can't help you out. Okay.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you
well.
shysters. You're crazy. The cops, they can't understand.
Hullabaloo down that way.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Hey now, Mr. Edward, we didn't come here to drink our asses off, okay?
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a poxed
There's
limpet.
nothing for you here
You
either.
think we don't know
Beat
what
it.
you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Okay. That guy's obviously gonna be dead later.
broken. This place seems half abandoned. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Because of the same person? No, I don't know. I mean, it is a Cthulhu game, so I wouldn't put it past it.
What a macabre souvenir.
Alright. Let's see. Let's go take a look at these little things.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
See, he's still fishing. It's actually a very pretty game. I kind of want to screenshot this. This is pretty. Just like this. Wallpaper worthy right there. Snapshot.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
You know what? Start with this. Let's see.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake.
Make it
Who
into
says
food!
whatever caused those
What are you
whales is no longer
doing?
in these waters?
Have you never
could've
had
kept
killer
it.
whale soup
To look
before?
into
It's
the real
amazing.
cause of its
You
death,
guys should definitely try it.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father
Fuck
in the photograph.
Okay,
Your
fish
father.
are definitely food.
John Fitzroy, captain of the Silver.
They are both.
His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I mean, just put a bullet through her head.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Is this a game for you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this
Sure
warehouse.
you can. Whoever says that obviously doesn't know how to use a fucking gun. Your documents are
manifests have been blacked
unreadable.
out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't
You
remember
did it,
having
obviously.
countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide
Either
it.
that or the other
And
person
why
who's
obliterate
apparently
the
that
dates,
goes into
as
the
well as the goods
office.
stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
I know your reaction why I say it. Sure. Alright.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see
Alright,
me
next
when you've got
stop,
something
I'm going to assume will be the bar. Because that was the other objective.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Alright, that was a weird feedback noise. I apologize about that if you guys heard that in stream. Anywho, he won't looking for it. I didn't show respect. You're overdoing it. Oh god.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a part of the game
here for
or like a sound
information,
glitch in the game or
not for a
what,
fight.
but
I
hopefully that
prefer
won't
it that
happen
way.
again.
Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Oh, you sailors.
That'll be all for now.
said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The one part that gets me though is the warehouse for rent. Um,
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should
yeah,
let
that's
him
definitely
take
a sound glitch. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure
No,
what the fuck
the risks are
is
too high.
up with that.
It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its...
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared. You exhausted the stocks. You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know. They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Weird bunch.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors.
Can't you see that we're in the middle of a conversation? I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
I didn't even talk to you. Okay.
The doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
No. Okay.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Oh, they moved
There's
some of it.
something coming.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Can I talk to this sailor? No. Okay. Fisherman, whatever. Nope. Okay.
Damnation. I broke it. St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was mold, to be honest with you. I didn't realize that was like ink or anything like that.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
One thing I will say about this place, they seem to like using whale parts as a decorative. Like, hmm. I can't really know
You
what
live
these people
here?
are gonna say, but
Why
might as
did you
well.
do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That's fair. Let's see.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
Well,
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
I told you to beat it.
Okay. So going back to her doesn't really prompt anything after you talk to them. Well, this place is open now, so maybe go down here.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman.
Listen, Edward,
She's not
all the
interested
thing
in
that you
small
have
fry like
seen
me.
is
You,
her
on the other
doing
hand,
fucking,
Goes around too
like,
much, you'll have dealings with her.
scary letters to people and fucking doing whatever. Like, that's all you've seen. You
This
haven't seen her
warehouse looks
physically
abandoned.
attack anybody.
Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A handle. It must come from these old winches. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
What do you mean in the game or me just talking? Oh, here it is.
An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order. I could use this old winch to lift the grating. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
You sure? Cause I've been hearing like squeaky noises and typical old buildings. You don't hear like seagull noises and old like moans and groans of a building. Oh. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Did I just kill myself? Ah, no. But there's a shiny.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Am I supposed to be down here like late game or something? Like... Am I supposed to be down here right now? I don't... What is this? What the fuck? Nope. Nope, I was not. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, yeah, we're getting out of this area. Give me 1 second. King, you didn't see that. Are you serious?
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. Come on, you could tell. Who's this guy?
No idea. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating. She
well,
can make two men like you tremble.
Basically,
she redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I
had a good dentist.
managed to get
no, you don't understand.
a thing
she really
open
cut him a new
that
smile.
I don't think I was supposed to really go down there
left
just
cheek.
yet. So yeah.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Yeah.
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Alright, let me check the sound settings again. Game. maybe it's a global kind of sound? Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why my headphones is giving me that weird sound glitch. Alright. You're not much help.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
Kind of want to go back and do that again, but we'll go talk to Kat.
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Alright, never mind. Yeah, she obviously doesn't want to talk, so... Now that we kind of did that, let's prompt... this again? Is it still open? Will it do it again? I'm not even sure if it will do it again. Yeah, why is it making that noise? That's so fucking weird.
This is primitive. Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Yeah, I wasn't doing it again, so I don't know. Is my game fucking bugged or something? Like, what in the hell? I can't interact with anything. Okay, there we go. That was really weird.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers but stays in
Yeah.
a place like this. It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about can't sleep? I know how that feels. What happened here?
While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that ran under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as the underground city. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision, nonetheless, disturbed him, but by its clarity and violence. So, where do I go now?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce.
What?
I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Yeah, that was a spooky thing, King.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
Dog. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange poetry. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
I mean, to be fair, I found a secret tunnel. Like...
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
So, interesting. When creating your character at like the beginning, when you advocate the skill points you get, um, the Demon Gaming went down a different path with skill points than I did, and so far he has gotten multiple different interactions than I have with the same characters. Like before, the spoopy thing that I encountered, he never encountered in his streams. So it's really weird that I'm getting a different a different like different path in the game. But Pierce managed to get into the warehouse, a place thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation, as well as partly charred painting, interrupted his searching for. Convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive Detective Hawkins into the mansion. There is. Like, I thought it was all basically, like, the same thing, even though you can, choose how to advocate the skill points and stuff like that. So it's really weird how I have been getting different, different cutscenes and such.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
They have everything to do with my case. They're the reason why I'm here.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
This is pretty scenery too. No, it's so cute. Look at it. Look at the cuteness. I want it. So how does that saying go? One crow's something something, two something something, and three is a murder? Well, yeah.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
Hilltop House, built in 1693 by Reverend John Wickwood. I laid me down and slept. I awakened. The Lord sustained me. Psalms 3:5.
Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
before I walk up that way. Give me a second.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
I thought there was a way down over there. I guess not yet. Alright. So... yeah, he's still over there. And come up here. See, it's boarded up. For a second there, I saw blood on the floor. I'm just about to fucking freak the fuck out.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Yeah, okay, it's just water I'm seeing on the floor. Man, these people really like sitting outside, and why am I hearing that sound like bird wings? Oh. Are the crows following me? That's creepy.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
And
what
run
now?
away! Run away!
This gate is locked.
Well, no shit. What's over here? Why is this like a walkway if there's nothing down that way?
I know a thing or two about solitude myself. The poor wretch seems to spend the best... Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
See, I randomly found something on the floor. Maybe there's another kind of like cool thing. Seems like I can get up there, but I guess not. No, nothing. Alright. I mean, I guess. Maybe this one? No. Yeah, I seem to be having like sound glitches with my game. Hoping there's like an update to fix those. Alright.
Pierce, shall we end? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explore the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lives in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keep watch on the place armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building and looking for the scene of the fire. Sometime today, loading bar. Please and thank you.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Probably the motherfucking caretaker. No, I wonder if that's the same stuff I found down below the warehouse.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Let's see.
What kind of meat is this?
It's a whale.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Just glancing over things, making sure I'm not missing anything.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer.
Huh.
This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
See if I can glimpse anything. Yeah, why is her face all...
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
Were they ready to leave him, maybe?
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? They had a fight. Why? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Anything else?
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Alright.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Well, my computer just randomly restarted itself.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Yeah, what is that? That almost looks like the thing I saw in the water.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can do no longer continue my close my eyes behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm. You should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Willard. What's with all the fucking noises? Come on.
Locked. The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated, resorting to such a treatment.
As a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them, or that I know something. Interesting. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of sound glitches and stuff like that in this game. Kind of makes me saddened a little bit. What?
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
For Boston client, painting, Boston, exhibit, Boston, exhibit, treatment. The Shambler for FS?
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried.
Very
Seems
dear
she wasn't getting any
Sarah,
signs
since you
of
left to
life.
bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increased numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
Is that a painting of him? Wait, hold up. What? Okay.
You! Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
There's a missing... Did I miss something earlier?
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Did I miss something earlier? Why am I getting a secret spot icon?
This door was closed earlier.
I think I can only use them during like crime scene areas.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have... It looks like an old seaway map. Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photo. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Force the gear train, do nothing.
I'd be better off not touching them for the moment.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work.
Wait, what was it? It was...
I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
3353.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work.
No?
I must have missed something.
Alright.
Looks like it worked.
Well done, Pierce.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years.
Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, found undertaken to search the place looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officer set after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley entered the tunnel under the mansion.
Secret passage. Under the manor.
Oh, I didn't realize
like
that.
a detective novel. That guy must have already got
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil
he had a
it.
direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
So I'm going to pause this. Turn to main menu. So far, I'm having really fun with it. It's a really cool game. I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely having fun with it. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming anything else today, so, yeah, I'll definitely see you guys another day. Bye-bye.